Hello, my gorgeous Cancerians. How are you guys doing? Welcome to your reading with me. So this is going to be for the month of November. I'm going to dive in, see what messages we can get for how this month will be for you guys. All right, my angels. So I already pulled you out an animal spirit, and you guys have the gorgeous butterfly. And immediately as this card came out, I felt like it's a gentle month. And I hope that the rest of the cards clarify that, because on the bottom of the deck I looked and we also have this little lamb, which is all about sensitivity and new beginnings and birth of some kind. So that could be new ideas, whatever it is. It just feels like a gentle, sweet, innocent month. So how will that show up for you? I don't know. Let's figure it out. The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships, or if you love your job, perhaps your career. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. Committing to one daily routine, like a meal, practice, or prayer, done at the same time, will do wonders for lifting a butterfly's spirit. So November marks transformation for you, where there's a lot of change going on for you and transformation. As it said, it could be in terms of your relationships or your heart chakra, right? To do with your feelings and your emotions and your heart, things that you love. So as it said, maybe this is a really good month for you guys to really figure out your routines and making sure that you're doing things or committing to things or making time for things that you love, so that you can feel supported during this time of change. So gorgeous energy. Let's see what else is going on. I wonder if you're feeling more sensitive. I don't know why. Just get this energy of sensitivity, which doesn't have to be a bad thing. It just feels a little bit like, I don't know, I feel like you need protecting during the month of November. And not that there's anything scary going on in your life, because I don't think that's the case, but I just feel like, I don't know, like, you know, when someone's got this little gentle, sensitive skin, or I don't know what this means. It just be extra kind to yourself, basically, during this month is what I want to say. You have the card of peace. So this could be about bringing peace into your relationships, into your dynamics. Now, whenever an egg shows up in this deck, I always say it does represent something being brought to life at some point. It may not be during the month of November, but this is you kind of planting the seed of a new beginning, whatever that is to you. I'll keep it vague for now until we dive into the tarot. So there's two things I want to say about the month of November. Find peace with waiting, right? Do whatever you want to do in the meantime, like connect with friends, sort out your routine. Just know that it's coming in, whatever you're waiting for, this new beginning. And this can also be a month, by the way, of actually healing, right? When we think about peace, especially when there is a dove bud with an olive branch, this could really be about actually forgiveness. Whether that's forgiveness in a current relationship, which means that you guys are, navigating challenges in your relationship and healing and forgiving each other and learning and growing. That could be amazing. But it can also mean, if you're single especially, but in general in your life, that you're really forgiving. And I think that that's part of your transition in life, right? Going from the caterpillar to a butterfly. So I do feel like there's a spiritual awakening going on for you guys in November. With that being said, I feel like there is an internal shift going on here, a new view, a new perspective. I like that energy a lot. All right, let's get you some more cards. What else is going on for the month of November for my Cancer signs? We have the card of appreciation. So maybe you guys are learning to feel appreciated. Maybe you are feeling appreciated during this month. Again, to do with dynamics and relationships. That looks quite nice. But it's also a card of stopping to smell the roses. So another card a little bit referencing a little bit to do with patience. So finding, being present, being grounded during this month is important. And, I feel like a gratitude list is going to do you so good during this month. And you also have the keyword of trust. Again, this can be about relationships, but because of this egg, I just want you to trust that something's going to happen in its own time. Something is transforming, something will come to life in your world. So just trust. And this affirmation for you guys is, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So trusting yourself. That sun really wanted to come through, almost bent the card. Any other messages for the month of November for my gorgeous Cancerians? Okay. So you have the sun, which says happiness and well-being being a theme for you guys during this month. So that's nice. You do have feather, so just be aware of who this might be. This says someone you know is undependable and insincere. So that could be what you're forgiving, is a certain person in your life who is just, who they are. And you're navigating that. You have position of authority, so you guys could definitely be getting some recognition and appreciation, like that card was saying. Broken ring, some of you are parting ways, either romantically or in business. This could be related to this person where you're just deciding that you're going to cut someone out of your life. That's fine. Mule, someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. And then you have you'll be shown the way. So again, despite what this is saying and despite what you're going through, I just do get this element of finding peace. And I wonder if all of this is because you're feeling, is making sense of why I sense that you're feeling more sensitive at this time. Let's figure it out. Let's dive into the tarot. Let's see what other messages we've got for you, Cancer signs. Because overall in your energy, you just come across very light, like feather, but not this feather. You feel very light and very, I just keep getting this energy of like innocence and feeling cleansed and pure and at peace and full of love and just moving forward, happiness and well-being makes some sense here. All right. What other messages do we have for Cancer signs during the month of November? Strength. So all about being courageous and being bold, especially with the decision that you guys are making in this month. Interesting. And of course, this could be that butterfly, right? This transition, this change. So in the month of November, you will be making a very big decision, one that does require strength and courage, but I feel like this is all good for you, right? Let's see. What is this decision that Cancer will be facing? The Tower card. Some of you, this could be like a breakup or a shakeup in your routines, right? This could be a big change in your life, a fallout. Again, some of you are deciding to cut ties with someone who you've got conflict with, who's irresponsible. Some of you, Empress, this could be a mother figure or someone who's just not really understanding your worth or value or respecting you. Someone could just be bringing drama and chaos. What is this decision exactly? The Knight of Swords, being determined and going ahead with something. The Strength card being here. Six of Cups. So whatever this is that you're doing, it seems destructive, but it's coming from a good place. It's your energy that I'm seeing here. Six of Cups with peace. It is a card of forgiveness. So some of you, again, in a way, I think it's almost like this energy of you're creating destruction by probably cutting someone out of your life or deciding that you're going to just create distance with this person. But it's coming from a loving place that you're going to, that's just who you are. I find peace with that moving forward, that I just can't engage in that anymore. It's a loving space that you're coming from. But the way that it happens or the way that it unfolds, of course, seems destructive and it feels like a difficult thing to do. But again, it's coming from your heart. It's interesting. Six of Cups could be a Leo. It doesn't have to be, though. Six of Cups, you are finding peace with the past. You're forgiving or moving on, And forgiving means basically that you're just finding a way to find peace by letting something go, letting go of blame, letting go of all this resentment and anger so that you can actually move on with your life, without having those feelings, bothering you. And you got the Four of Swords here, Queen of Swords. This is you placing a boundary so that you can heal. Anything else about that Two of Swords? The Chariot. So this is in a form of movement, but this is also in a form of you. Cancer sign, this is your card and it's coming up on trust. Trusting yourself, trusting that you're being guided to do the right thing in your life. Could be chasing a dream or a goal. This could just be a big move in your life or a big, choice to just move forward, to go chase a dream, whatever it is. It is requiring some action. What else is going on in the month of November for Cancer signs? Eight of Pentacles. So you guys are working hard. This can be within yourself, right? You're working on yourself. Some of you, this will be to do with your career, finances. This does tell me that whatever you're doing during this month, it's going to come back to you in very positive ways. So if you're deciding to spend some time doing some self-work, some inner work, should I say, not self-work, some inner work on yourself, or maybe you're deciding to spend more time, making money in your career, whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to see payment. You're going to see results coming your way. Either you're going to get more talented in this, something becomes easier for you, or again, you're going to get some recognition for sure. 8 of Pentacles. What is this card? Knight of Wands. Why is it? So this is good for career. Some of you are becoming a lot more ambitious and you're just putting yourself out there. Making this change though somehow affects your finances, because 7 of Pentacles is where we feel a bit stuck. And now I'm putting a lot of time into something, but I'm not seeing any results. Knight of Wands suggests that this decision that you make, this big change that you decide to make, and this courageous action you take is going to give you more financial security, stability, and maybe income, as well as you're going to start to see more progress happening in your life, because this is a stuck energy. 8 of Pentacles, November. The Magician. Yeah, because you're starting to remove blockages from your life in this month and starting to believe in yourself a lot more. The Magician is you being a manifester, but not just that, it's like you're finally feeling like you deserve it and that you believe it's going to come into your world, and because of that you act differently, right? That's really the big key of manifestation, is that because you believe it and you feel it, you actually start taking more action, and of course then you attract it in. Let's see what else this has to say. What else is going on for Cancer signs for the month of November? Hierophant. Some of you might get married. The Hierophant and the Emperor could definitely suggest that this is a marriage with someone. Could be an Aries, but doesn't have to be. The Emperor is a masculine. Again, doesn't have to be. It's an energy. This is also about you taking action on your beliefs, your new beliefs. Let's see. Why is a Hierophant here for Cancer signs? The Lovers. Well, this definitely feels like marriage. Again, peace in a dynamic, taking more control or more structure into a relationship. Someone's taking the lead here. Why is the Emperor here? Page of Wands, Ace of Cups, and Knight of Wands. If you're currently in a relationship, someone, it could be you, it could be the other person, is taking a bold step to put aside their ego and to give their heart to you. So that could mean a very open conversation. It could mean that someone, again, we're going deeper into a relationship here, because the Ace of Cups seems to be behind someone's ego. So someone loves you. I think that what you're doing here in a relationship, if you're in one, is really kind of putting the barriers and the ego aside. The Nine of Wands suggests this is someone who feels hurt in some way and feel a little bit fearful of being hurt. But the Ace of Cups is there from this Emperor. And that could be you also, by the way. So Ace of Cups is a really good sign here. Now, if you're single, then I do see that you're meeting someone during the month of November. And again, Nine of Wands still is here. So a bit of a wounded warrior. That could be you or the person that you're attracting in. But there is love here. Someone's just a little bit fearful of going all in, which is fine. Take your time. Page of Wands, of course, is flirtatiousness and fun and cheekiness and more lighthearted conversations. So I like that energy for love. All right, what I want to do is dive into these energies. Let's see, why is the butterfly here for November? So this is definitely about transformation. Such a gentle little butterfly brings about such big changes. The Peace card. Yeah, letting something go that you've been holding on to. So the Four of Pentacles can really represent greed or stubbornness, right? Holding back so much. It usually comes from a fear or a lack mentality that if you let go of it, you won't have anything else left. Or if you release this, then someone else gets, their own way, or they get away with what they've done to you. But it's not about that. Peace is about understanding that the only one drinking the poison is you. Your resentfulness or what you're holding on to is not harming anyone but yourself. It's limiting your growth and limiting your success. So peace is really, all of this is you opening up. I see like these wings kind of being, being aired out a little bit here, that you're discovering your wings, that you can have more. You just have to let go of what you've been holding on to. Okay, so that you can find some peace here. And again, the same thing with that egg. Let it hatch in its own time. You don't need to hold on to it. All right. Now, why is appreciation here for the month of November. So because this is coming up reverse, especially in this area where we have this need for peace and this decision, it tells me that you've been feeling unappreciated by a specific person, whoever this is, that you're going to be cutting off or detaching yourself, distancing yourself from in the month of November. Temperance reverse, of course, is a lack of harmony. You've been lacking harmony in your life, which therefore means you've been lacking appreciation, not been stopping to smell the roses, not been really grounding yourself and feeling connected to life and everything around you. So that's what's changing. I think you need to learn to appreciate yourself more as well during this month, because then you'll realize that these people who don't appreciate you don't matter. Okay? It will become something that you can laugh about, because it's like, well, I know what I'm worth. I know who I am. I don't need to listen to that. So sometimes it's emotional distance as well. Either way, appreciation is really going to be helpful. You're going to be appreciated. You're going to be balanced. You're going to feel harmony during this month. Why is trust here? Four of Swords. Really going within and healing. Of course, addressing pains, looking at things through the eyes of clarity. And of course, if you ever feel like you need guidance, go and meditate. Go and listen to your dreams. Because trust here with the Four of Swords is about going inwards. Your trust comes from within, okay? You need to trust yourself. All right. Is there anything else I want to clarify? The Sun and the Throne. Some of you could definitely be born to be in a spotlight. The Three of Wands. This happiness and this authority, appreciation is something you've been waiting for. And it's coming in the month of November. All right, my angels. So that's what I got for you. I hope this reading has resonated. If it does, let me know during the month. Have an incredible November. If you enjoyed the reading, make sure you give a big thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like. But aside from that, I'll see you guys next time.